Good morning. It's Heather with Murray's Home for Wayward Chickens, and I am having my breakfast and coffee with the chickens today, and I had to share it, or they were going to eat my breakfast. I'm having cantaloupe. They're not getting my cottage cheese, though. They're all eating cantaloupe, and they're going nuts. Yummy, yummy. I put some cinnamon on it, which is their natural antibiotic. And I wanted to share some of the names I've come up with for the ones in. I haven't named the babies yet, except for the rooster, who's repeat. But I named a few of the special needs chickens and a couple of the babies. No, a couple of the original chickens. So that is the chicken with no butt. That's Nos, short for Nos at all, as in she has no ass at all. So that's Nos. There's Tootie. And then my little baby Bantam, I just love him. That's my little Bantam Cochin rooster. I'm going to call him Rusty, because he's rusty. He's so tiny. This one does not belong in here. She comes in every morning. That's one of Cocoa Puff's babies. It's one of Shadow's offspring. And she just wants to be with Cocoa Puff. So she crawls under the barn and comes in. And I'm going to have to close that off. Then this one is the guinea hen. This is the guinea hen that couldn't walk. And she is doing so well. Hey, no, you be nice. You don't even belong in here. But I will tell you, guinea hens are nothing like chickens whatsoever. And I did a little research, and I did the research on chickens first just to confirm. And I already know the answer, but I Googled, are chickens smart? And it came up with all this information about how chickens are so much smarter than most people give them credit for, or that most people have previously thought they were. They can recognize up to 100 faces. They understand words. They do have names for us. They can solve simple puzzles. I mean, they really are. Hey! Some of them are mean, which will eventually, I'll get to some of the names for them. But chickens are, they're so smart. I mean, sometimes I refer to myself as smart girl that does stupid shit or does dumb shit. I kind of feel like that's chickens, because they're really very smart, but they do some dumb shit. And there's a difference between being smart and doing stupid things and just being dumb. I got curious because I already came up with my consensus, and I looked up guinea hens, and I said, are guinea hens smart? And it immediately came back with, hey, guinea hens are not known to be smart. In fact, they're known to be incredibly dumb. And I thought it was hilarious, because that's why I was looking it up. That guinea hen is so dopey. They don't recognize faces. The gate's open. Everybody comes running out of the gate in the morning. She runs back and forth across the fence because she can't figure out how to get out. She's trying to get to the baby who she's bonded to. And her name's Forrest. So we have Forrest the guinea hen, Nos, the buttless hen, and then Rusty, the Bantam Cochin. Now, in the regular flock, instead of cream and sugar, the light brown and white and the dark brown and white hens that I said I was looking for names for, I've decided not to call them cream and sugar. It just didn't fit. One of them is called, hold on. Okay, I can't believe I forgot. One of them is called Bee. Her name is Bee. And the other one's name is Nice. Because all I ever say to those two chickens is, be nice. So we have Bee, Nice. And then the big brown hen who I just yelled at, that's Don't Peck. That's Don't Peck. Because that's all she does is get on the top perch, and for no reason will reach down and stretch her neck as far as she can just to peck somebody on the perch below for no reason. Drives me nuts. I've been playing bouncer in the coop every night for at least a half an hour because this acclimation process has not gone smoothly. And I feel really bad for the babies. They're not babies anymore. They're starting to lay eggs. They will not. Maybe they just still need to get a little bit bigger. It's almost like we have two separate flocks inside the coop. When they're out in the run, they forage and they do stuff together. But really they do it, they're like together but separate. They do get picked on. When I put snacks out, I have to put it in separate areas because no matter where I put it, the big ones go after them and they have to find a new place to get snack. When I put them in the coop at night, some of them don't want to go in. And I feel so bad. Last night, one of the, which one was it? The really pale, she must be Buff Orpington and Foghorn Leghorn. She was up on the roof. I don't know how she got up there. That's why I have the little step ladder over there. I had to go up and get her. And she didn't want to go in. Luckily, the one good thing out of everything bad, something good happens. Because they're acclimating so slowly, and they're really not getting along yet, they're getting used to me picking them up and helping them get in the coop at night. They won't even go in. Sometimes they'll go in, sometimes they won't. I have to stand in the middle of the coop and keep the 6 originals on their side. And the 8 babies, I put extra perches in on their side. And now I put a separate second food. I put a TJ's old goat feeding tray that hangs on a fence. It has like, square cups. I filled that with food and I hung it over the wire and zip tied it. So when they're up on their perch, they can eat at night. And I hung a second waterer over in the middle of their perches so they can get it from all the directions of their multiple perches. And then there's the regular waterer and feeder for the coop that whoever wants it can get it. But I watch these chickens every night. Be and nice. They watch me. And this is how I know chickens are smart. They're thinking about it. They creep along the perch. Towards the babies. Just so that when they get over there, they can peck them and just arrest the shit out of them. They terrorize them. And it's funny because as soon as I see them look, I'm like, no. And they turn back around and then they start looking at me. And then they'll creep. And I'm like, get back. And they get back. They wait for me. So that I'll hear a little scuffle in the special needs coop. So I'll go out. I'll look in that coop. And as soon as I walk out, doesn't she run across the perch and just cause mayhem? They do know what they're doing. They're very smart. And as much as I feel bad for them, it gets tiring because last night I was trying to do woodworking. And I had to keep stopping because even after I put the light out for them, they're just harassing each other. So it drives me nuts because I want them to just get along and be nice to each other. And they are not. The babies need to stand up for themselves. It's these two right here. Be nice. And the funny thing is, they'll pick on one of the foghorns too. I don't know why the foghorn doesn't stand up for herself. They've been around just as long. The foghorns, they're yelling because they will not lay their eggs in the nesting box. And they did this at TJ's. They had nesting boxes and they used to fly over the fence from the run, fly over the fence into the backyard, run into the garage, and lay their eggs randomly around the garage in the pine chip bag, in the brooder, behind the wood stove, in the toolbox. They didn't care. They had to go have their own nesting box. They're in there yelling because they made their own nest in the hay. But the only way they have access to it, they figured out how to go under the barn. So they go under the barn on that side, underneath, and they run out. And then they exit out the back. And every morning when I come out here to open the run for the special needs flock, they're in the yard waiting for me to open the barn door. So they can go running into the barn and lay their egg. They're hilarious. But anyone who says chickens aren't smart hasn't spent enough time with them. I sit here for an hour at least every morning, and I have so much enjoyment watching them. I mean, the things they do. Taylor! See, she knows her name. Hi, Taylor. Taylor's been going to work with me. Hi, baby girl. Burp, burp, burp. Hello, Rusty, my little baby. Hi, Taylor. Burp, burp, burp. Burp, burp, burp. Burp, burp, burp. You know, you are not supposed to be in here. Don't drink my coffee. Hi, Taylor. Burp, 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 burp. Burp, burp. Tootie's getting her feathers back. She looks so much better. Look at Nos. Nos at all. No ass at all. She got no butt. I love, these two are so paired. Who said I lost that little bantam from Tractor Supply? She was so little. She ran out of the fence. Something must have gotten her because I came home and she was gone. I'm just heartbroken. And then can't forget Cocoa Puff. Cocoa Puff. Oh, you waiting for me to pick you up? Come here. Hi. Hi. Burp, burp, burp. 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 Don't you eat my breakfast. Burp, burp, burp. Hi, baby girl. Come here. There you go. Let's see your face. Oh, okay. Let's see this pretty face. Burp, burp, burp. Burp, burp. Burp, burp, burp. I love you. Are you a good girl? I love you. She's so cute. That's all I have for today. I don't have anything else to share right now. Just coffee and cantaloupe with my chickens. I gotta get to work. Questions or comments, feel free to leave them. And talk to you later. Have a great day.